Hey, alright everybody, how is it going? Now, a strange thing has been happening on my channel. It's not that strange, it's a little bit strange. And maybe I'm sort of climbing the fence over into conspiracy theorist territory, I think. So I might be turning into a conspiracy theorist because, come here, right? A bit closer. There's been certain comments on my channels from people who've just recently made. You can go and click on their thing and see when they made their YouTube channel or signed in, and they've been recent ones. And this one particular person commenting has gone on every single people's comment on my channel and said about 10, maybe 10 or 12 or 15 things, really disliking EVs. Now, you've got to be really passionate about that to go on so many of the people's comments and comment on everyone, and not just once, it's multiple comments. You won't see him anymore because I got rid of him. Well, it could be him, it could be her, I don't know who it is, but when it gets a little bit suspicious, that's when I sort of click the hide user from channel button, because I don't understand, right? I help me out. If you dislike EVs, help me out, right? If you like EVs, commenting on my channel would be a normal thing to do, because I'm making lots of comments because you like EVs. It's a common interest, okay? But if you dislike EVs, right, you might come in with the odd comment and go, they're a load of rubbish, EVs are never going to work, where's electric going to come from, blah, 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 the batteries run out, how much are they going to cost, nah, right? The same old thing all the time. You might come in and say a few things, right? But if somebody comes in and they've gone on everybody's comment and they're arguing with them for ages and ages, for days and days, making loads and loads of comments, one after another, like as if they're sat by their computer or their phone constantly, then I get a little bit suspicious. So tell me, am I a conspiracy theorist, or is it just a normal person? Is it just a normal person who really hates EVs? I don't know. But it seemed a bit strange to me. I can understand some people come on and they're genuine people and they hate EVs and they gotta go blah 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 every time I post a video. But this one was like a barrage. It was a complete barrage of spending every waking minute of commenting. So I thought that was a bit suspicious. Anyway, I'm waffling. What do you think? Do you think there's people like that around? Do you think the oil companies pay people to sit on their computer and find channels pro EV and start saying stuff on different comments? I don't know. Could be, could it not be? Have I watched too many Not Jeff videos? I don't know. Anyway, what was I going to talk about? Anyway, an article popped up, right? And you know, if somebody famous in the media or presenter or whatever says something about electric cars, then the mainstream media gets hold of it and they spread it everywhere. And this is exactly the same by here. And it says, ex-Top Gear host Richard Hammond makes major prediction and diesel car ban prediction. And it says, former Top Gear host Richard Hammond has made a stunning a stunning prediction. I wasn't that stunned, to be honest. I read it and I was like, I'm not even whelmed, let alone overwhelmed. So he said, let's have a look what he says, is it? Let's have a look. Now, look, track record of the 3%ers of Top Gear, or the Grand Tour, right? Track record. Jeremy Clarkson said that EV batteries are only going to last 3 years, right? He said that, right? His prediction was wrong, okay? James May said, battery electric cars are never going to work. Hydrogen is the future. He was wrong. Now, Richard Hammond's prediction is, let me go down by there. Now, this might have been taken out of context. He might have said more. I'm just reading from the mainstream media. They might have picked a little bit, and I'm gone with it. But what they're saying he said is, Richard Hammond believes that the majority of vehicles in the UK roads will still be run on petrol and diesel engines by 2050. in a blow to the EV market. Ooh, such a blow to the EV market that Richard Hammond said something. Now, I'm going to say Richard Hammond is an expert on, I'm going to say he's an expert on cars. Like, he knows a lot of cars, he knows a lot of things about cars. But I don't think Richard Hammond is an expert on sales of cars. That's not his bag. That's not his expertise, is it? So, and he's allowed an opinion, but he didn't say there wouldn't be electric cars on the road. He didn't say that. He just said that he thinks that the majority of cars on the roads in 2050, the majority, will still be petrol and diesel engines. Now, diesel engines, you could say that possibly there won't be many diesel engine cars around. I'll make that prediction now. If diesel cars keep selling the way they are now, there won't be that many around. Will there still be diesel vans or lorries and buses and stuff? Maybe. This is where I see hydrogen, the part hydrogen could play in big massive vehicles, because then you've got somewhere to store the big tanks of hydrogen. It makes a bit more sense. To me, it makes a bit more sense, right? You might say I'm wrong, and you might say battery electric vehicles should be for lorries, buses, cars, whatever. Well, I say cars. I don't think hydrogen fits cars. I think battery electric vehicles are the way forward for cars. That's just my opinion. Don't get salty in the comments now, right? No, I know I'm on a tangent there, but I'm just saying that I'm not going to dismiss hydrogen as it could have its place in certain things. It could have its place. I don't know. Could you have a hydrogen ship, for instance? Would that be better to have a ship that runs on hydrogen? I think so. If you've got somewhere big to store big tanks, then fair enough. Now, hydrogen combustion for cars, in my humble opinion, is the biggest load of ghoulies ever. It's the biggest load of ghoulies ever. Because if you want hydrogen combustion, you need somewhere to store even bigger tanks than hydrogen fuel cells. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, okay? Anyway, let's get back to Richard Hammond. So he said he thinks that petrol and diesel engines by 2050, which is 26 years away, will still be the most sort of... I think he's talking about cars. I think he is talking about cars. And I don't think that's true. I just don't think it's true. Well, he says petrol and diesel, but did he mean hybrid? Did he mean plug-in hybrid? What did he mean? I don't know. The article doesn't say. So I don't know. But like I said, he said he even hinted that synthetic fuels could be a future of clean motoring instead of a complete switch to EVs. Now, I don't know. Look, there's a lot of people who really don't want electric cars. They don't want them, and they got to hold out. I haven't got a crystal ball, and anybody who says they know exactly what's going to happen they must have a crystal ball, because you can't predict the future. You never know what's going to happen. Something new could come along. We just don't know. But anyway, so all I'm saying is take it with a pinch of salt what Richard Hammond says, because Jeremy Clarkson was wrong, James May was wrong. It's just an opinion. They're just giving an opinion. They're not experts in how the market works. They know a lot about cars. They do know a lot about cars. But there we go. It's not... No. He's probably wrong. But then other people would argue that he's right. Anyway, that's my waffle. What do you think? Put in the comment section. Do you think Richard Hammond is talking out of his buttocks? Or do you think he's an expert and he knows exactly how the market's going to go? Put in the comment section. Put in the comment section as well what you think about hydrogen. Will it fit in with different vehicles, not just cars? How you think it'll fit in? In the comment section, I'd like to hear about it. And anybody who works for the oil industry and wants to come into my channel and put 6 billion comments on everybody's else's comments, I know you're up to something, right? I know it. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!